The sun had barely risen over Jerusalem when rumors began to swirl. Guards scattered, a stone rolled away, and a tomb found empty. Whispers turned into shouts, and a spark of hope ignited among the frightened and persecuted followers of a crucified man. That morning, nearly 2,000 years ago, launched a movement that would redefine faith, time, and celebration itself. This was the moment that gave birth to Easter, the most significant and symbolic holiday in Christianity, a tale blending sorrow, triumph, and renewal in a way that has captured the hearts of billions across the centuries. Welcome to History in a Hurry. I'm Professor Malcolm Mazer, and in this episode we will learn about Easter. Easter's roots lie in the foundational event of Christianity, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. According to the New Testament, Jesus, a Jewish teacher and healer believed by his followers to be the Son of God, was crucified by Roman authorities around 30 to 33 AD. His death came after a week of rising tension in Jerusalem, culminating in betrayal, trial, and execution. But 3 days later, his tomb was found empty. His resurrection, as attested by his followers, was seen not only as proof of his divinity, but also as the fulfillment of messianic prophecy, offering believers the promise of eternal life. The early Christians did not initially celebrate Easter as a distinct holiday. In fact, many of the first followers continued to observe Jewish customs, including Passover, which commemorates the Israelites' liberation from slavery in Egypt. Because the resurrection occurred during Passover week, the two became linked, and early Christian communities often celebrated Easter in conjunction with the Jewish festival. However, as Christianity grew and distinguished itself from Judaism, Easter became a unique celebration focusing entirely on the resurrection. By the 2nd century, debates emerged about exactly when Easter should be celebrated. Some Christians believed it should be observed on the 14th of Nisan in the Jewish calendar, the date of the crucifixion, regardless of the day of the week. Others insisted it should always fall on a Sunday, the day of the resurrection. This conflict, known as the Quartodeciman controversy, was addressed at the First Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. The council ruled that Easter would be celebrated on the first Sunday following the first full moon after the vernal equinox. This formula, which remains in use by most Christian churches today, means Easter can fall anywhere between March 22nd and April 25th. As Christianity spread throughout Europe and beyond, Easter absorbed and intertwined with various local traditions and customs, many of which had pagan origins. In pre-Christian Europe, spring festivals celebrated fertility, renewal, and the return of life after the harsh winter. The Anglo-Saxon goddess Eostre, or Ostara, from whom the English name Easter is derived, was associated with spring and rebirth. Symbols like eggs and rabbits, which were sacred to fertility deities, became incorporated into Easter celebrations, adding layers of seasonal symbolism to the religious observance. During the Middle Ages, Easter became the climax of the Christian liturgical calendar, preceded by the somber season of Lent, a 40-day period of fasting, reflection, and penitence. Holy Week, the final week of Lent, commemorated the Passion of Christ. Palm Sunday marked his entrance into Jerusalem, Maundy Thursday his Last Supper, Good Friday his crucifixion, and Easter Sunday his resurrection. These days were celebrated with elaborate church services, plays, processions, and public rituals, reinforcing the emotional arc from sorrow to joy. The Protestant Reformation in the 16th century led to varying interpretations and celebrations of Easter. While Catholics and many Protestant groups maintained traditional observances, some reformers, like the Puritans, rejected Easter altogether, considering it a non-biblical invention. However, the Enlightenment and the later revival of traditions during the Victorian era brought renewed interest in Easter customs across Christian denominations. In particular, the 19th century saw the rise of secular Easter traditions, such as egg decorating, chocolate eggs, and the Easter bunny, which became especially popular in Western cultures. Today, Easter is celebrated by millions around the world in diverse ways. For devout Christians, it remains the spiritual heart of their faith, often marked with sunrise services, dramatic readings of the Passion, baptisms, and joyful hymns proclaiming the resurrection. In many cultures, Easter is also a public holiday, celebrated with family gatherings, feasts, parades, and colorful traditions. Countries like Greece observe Easter with spectacular midnight church services and fireworks, while in the US and Europe, egg hunts and candy-filled baskets delight children each spring. Despite the differences in how it is marked, the core message of Easter, hope, renewal, and victory over death, continues to resonate across generations and cultures. It is a story born from agony but crowned with triumph, inviting the world to believe in something greater than suffering and to look forward to new beginnings. Whether celebrated with incense and bells or chocolate and pastels, Easter endures as a powerful testament to the human longing for light after darkness and life after loss. Thanks for racing through history with us on History in a Hurry. If you enjoyed today's quick dive into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a fast-paced trip through time. Please reply in the comments with ideas for our next history lesson. See you in the next one.